可以开始。
可以开始了。
对。
他们不休息，我以为他们要休息。
休息了。
OK。所以按这个地方嘛，对不对？
对，我已经录了。
OK。
I already start record. Yes. 你再按一下就停。
OK.
Okay, now this afternoon section we give Tony Wang. He's our specialized in the lawful interception system for telecom. Okay, he will be start off.
Okay. Hello everyone. Yeah. I thought you have a good lunch. All right. Okay. This is today's agenda. First of all, I do like to introduce you the concept of lawful interception. I think we already hear about the very hard news about like the Snowden in US. Yeah, but in Snowden case, it's not a lawful interception. But maybe we can talk about that later. But we just focus on today's agenda. And in this topic, we will provide you the fundamental idea for lawful interception and the ETSI standard. Because in European and in the States, each of them has their own LI standard. So many switch vendors, many network elements will follow that standard. In US, they call it clear. In EU, European Union is ETSI. But in Taiwan, we follow ETSI. So ETSI is much more popular. I think clear interface, maybe only in States or in Canada. Okay. So then we want to talk about how to do build the interception system in the operator network. So because we know the telephony today is quite different from yesterday. So now I can say we can have three major type communication. One is the traditional one, the TDM telephony. It's just like a BS10 call. It's a traditional one. And then the VoIP telephony. The last one is the internet access service. So we will focus these three types of services. And then I would like to introduce how to build a monitoring center. So usually, I think in every country there are a couple of new operators in that country. But however, maybe you will have only one monitoring center, or one or two maybe, to connect to all the operators and get the intercepted data. Yeah, I think in the past, I think even in Taiwan, as I know, if you want to intercept someone or you want to monitor someone, the police may go to the operator's network and just sit there and listen, the wiretapping. Yeah, but now it's the old story. So right now, all the telephonic data belong to the target, only belong to the target, will forward to the monitoring center. So monitoring center is in the remote site. It does not locate in the operator network. So usually the police or intelligence department will build a special site to host all the facility. Okay. And the final one is the lawful interception technology map. It will make you understand all the key components in the whole architecture. Okay, this is today's agenda. So, what is lawful interception? This is quoted by the ETSI document. It's not written by me. So, a legally sanctioned official access to private communication of some specific target. So, very important is some specific target, not for everyone. Okay. So, might be telephone calls, email message, or the internet access packets belong to some specific target. Okay. But we should do that is by official access So the police know that the police should obey the regulation to get that access. So a security process is a communication service provider. So communication service provider is a generic term. It can be a 3G operator, 2G operator, or ISP, or everyone. We can give the name communication service provider. So a communication service provider collects and provide law enforcement with intercepted communication of private individuals or organizations. Yeah. So it means when we do the lawful interception, I think if we watch a movie, you may see some very special device and you can capture the data from the air. No, this is not a this is in that case is maybe only for the intelligence department. It's not for the lawful interception. When we talk about lawful interception, all the data must come from the operator. But maybe in the maybe in the future, not only from the operator, maybe from some internet service provider, something like Google, Facebook, something like that. Maybe one day.
That's only for Hollywood.
Yeah. Okay, this is scenario and the actors. So in this picture, you can see the left side. You can see the bad guy, the target. It's a target. It's provisioned on the system, and then the target maybe make a call to some correspondent. Okay, so in this case, in the center is the operator network. So the communication cannot be a direct link. It should be across some operator network. So of course, the first actors is regulators. Maybe they should make it a law so that we can have the so-called official access. And then the service provider is the key in this picture. Okay, the key price comes right now. So now we talk about how to intercept the call. The first one is the interception vendors. They should provide some interception device to intercept some calls, but the call only from the target. It means when the target makes a call, or when the target receives a call, or when the target makes something like the show message, or even the target. For example, some smart guy, they know how to avoid the interception, especially in the past. They can use the call forward. If you call forward the call to his friend or his someone, and then when the police try to intercept that target, they will miss the call because the call is forwarded. But now in the current lawful interception system, those calls cannot be leakage. We still can catch all of them. So no matter you use the call forward, it means the call forward, no response, call forward conditionally, anyone, or a conference call, everyone, every kind of call should be intercepted to comply today's lawful interception regulation. And then there is the mediation vendors. So usually when we do the interception, so the mechanism might be, it usually depends on the switch vendors. For example, you use Huawei or you use Ericsson, you use the Nokia Siemens network. They may have the different internal interception mechanisms. So the mediation device is just like a translator. He got some proprietary data from the interception system, and then translate to a standard language. We call it ETSI handover interface, and bring the data to the monitor. Why it is so important? Because just that I said before, so many vendors, switch vendor, they may have their own proprietary protocols. So the mediation device, mediation vendors provide a mediation device is just in between. So he can talk to the proprietary protocol to get the data from the switch, and then translate, or you can say convert it to ETSI compliant standard, delivered to the police. So that the police system or the intelligence system, they should only understand ETSI standard. But the mediation device is just in between. He should know the ETSI and some proprietary ones, so that he can do the translator. So it implies that the monitor can easily intercept, or you would say easily monitor several operators, although they have different vendors. It's no problem because, for example, this operator has a mediation device, that operator has their mediation device, and then both of them use the ETSI standard protocol to deliver data to the monitor, so that you can get data. No problem. The monitor can only speak one language to gather data. Okay, but of course, when you gather data, you should do something. If we talk about code, yeah, we should do some the correlation, because you collect so many data, you should do the categorize, and you should know. And sometimes you may ask for the real-time interception. Real-time monitoring, we can say we have the live interception. It means when the target makes call, and then immediately the police can hear the call immediately. So, but of course it's not for every case. But in some case, if the police need that, we can provide such mechanism. So when his target makes call or receive call, and then you can, it's just like a three-way conference. The police is the third party, but the silent party. So, this is just like conference, but you have an invisible silent party to join this conference. That's the police. And if we talk about some like internet access, the data is not a call, and then it can become the packets. So the collection vendor, when they collect the data, they should do some like the protocol decoder, so that you can make it human readable. Otherwise, the normal guys cannot understand the packet because it's just the binary data. Okay, this is a ETSI lawful interceptor model. Of course, it's not a draw by me. It's from the standard. Yeah. Sorry. LEMF is law enforcement monitoring facility. It means the system for police or for intelligence department. And in this circle, it means the operator's network. Here you can see, I just use an example. This may be some 3G operator, and this is they may use maybe use Huawei switch, and then Huawei switch has so-called network internal function. It means they have some lawful interception features built-in their switch. I think in the mainstream switch, each of them have LI module, especially after the 911. Yeah, so every switch vendor, so it's no problem. You don't worry about they don't have. They must have, otherwise they cannot sell in EU or in States. Okay, they have the internal interception function, and then the flow is like this. First one is HI1 is the handover interface 1. It's administrative information. What that means? It means to manage the target. It's provision a target or disable that target. This is basic action. So, for example, the police here and they want provision some target. Then they send to the. Finally, the command should reach the internal interception function. So that when the guy make a call, two types data will deliver to the LEMF. One is the code, is CC, content of the communication, it's just like voice. And then the intercept related information, it's just like the CDR. I think you know CDR. CDR just is the metadata of the code. It has the information for who call who. For example, if you only have the call voice, it's no use because you don't know who makes this call. You should know party A call party B at what time.
Just like
And then maybe and then you should know their base station, right? So that is just like we usually call it a CDR. And then in LI, such kind of CDR is just the IRI. So CDR for the target is just IRI. So it's much easier to understand. So when they make a call, it will send the intercept related information, IRI, and the CC, the call itself, to the LEMF. In the part, it's just a mediation device. Mediation device is used like the translator role. It's like IRI is this is proprietary. The delivery protocol is proprietary, but it will convert to the handover interface standard to deliver IRI and to deliver the call to the LEMF. So this is the value of the mediation device, because he released the burden of LEMF. Otherwise, the LEMF might have several modules to connect several switch vendors. But it just wastes money. Okay, so now the burden is in the operator. So the operator they may have two important modules for local interception. One is their switch should have the internal interception function, but I usually don't need to worry about that, the internal interception function. And they should build a mediation system so that they can deliver all the data to the LEMF. So this is the classical diagram for the ETSI. So HI1 again, HI1 is about how to add a target, remove a target. HI2, HI3 is about how to deliver IRI and how to deliver the call itself to the LEMF. So what we can do is we have to do the mediation device if we want to build a total solution. Each operator should build the mediation device, and then we may have a centralized monitoring system for the LEMF. It's just like this. Okay. So, yeah, just like I explained, there are two types of lawful intercepted data. One we call is the content of communication. Simply we say CC. It's information exchange between two or more users of a telecommunication service. So it can be a call or some packets. And the IRI. IRI is collection of information or data associated with the telecommunication service involving the target identity. So it can be the communication associated information, just like the CDR, and the service associated information, and some location information will be in IRI. Okay, this is for your reference to know what standard we should respect. In the traditional voice interception, usually we will respect the ETSI TS101-671. It will deliver again HI1, HI2, HI3. Okay, I just put this page for your for your reference. I do not want to go to too much detail in this, but because the concept is very similar. Okay, so then I think we should go to the core agenda today is how can we build the interception architecture in TDM network, VoIP network, and Internet Access Service network. Okay, so before we talk about interception, we should know normal code. That means forget interception. We just talk about telephonic behavior. So you can see the first one we usually call is a control plane. For example, if party A want to call party B, what he should do is he should try to find out the party B, right? Through some way, because you don't know where is party B. So you may ask his father, ask his mother, hey, where is your baby? Where is your child? So tell me, and I want to talk to him. So the switch is play this role. We talk to the switch and they say, hey, I want to talk to the party B. Can you tell me where he is, where she is? Okay, then the switch is, hey, I know where he is, and okay, let me make a signal to him or to her. The signal is ringing. So another guy, when you will see your phone is ringing. When the guy pick up the phone, it means okay, accept this call, and then you see the blue lines. It's the call itself. So which means in all kind of telephonics, the behavior, they have two major behaviors. One is try to initiate this call. So we call it a control information. So before you start to speak, you have to initiate this call. And then you make a call. You can have the call itself. So in this case, we can So then we under this understanding, so we want to talk about the TDM telephony interception. So again, it make a call. So you can see that the red one actually is to help the party A to find the party B. So then you can make a real call. So the red one will become the IRI or CDR, and then the blue one is just the content of the communication. It's just the voice call. So mediation device should do that. He got the red one and got the blue one, and convert it to respect the ETSI TS 101 631 671 to follow that protocol and deliver to law enforcement agent. So this is for the traditional TDM telephony interception. So I think, sorry, can I ask one question? So do you have in your operator, do they have such kind of mechanism in your operator right now? Okay. Okay, so usually if you buy, no matter you buy Ericsson, you buy Nokia, Siemens, they will no matter Huawei, they can have some kind of facility here. But something tricky is that if you buy Ericsson, the most expensive one in the world, the switch vendor, they provide switch, and then they always provide their own mediation device. So they will say, you can only use my mediation device. You cannot use third-party mediation device. This is for Ericsson. This is for Nokia, Siemens network. But however, if you use the Huawei say, okay, that's no problem. We have some third-party mediation device. So you have more choices. This is different. It's about the ecosystem for the switch vendor. Okay. So if you talk to the, even in Taiwan we talk to the, because in Taiwan we have three major 3G operators. One is use Ericsson. And others, the two of the others use the Nokia Siemens network. No matter Nokia Siemens network or Ericsson, they say no choice. You can only use my mediation device. Okay, but yeah, but if you switch vendor use Huawei, okay, you have some.
Is that wiretapping?
Sorry?
Can you call that a wiretapping?
Yeah. It's just wiretapping. I mean,
Because in Philippines, you cannot do that.
I mean, the switch should got some HI1. It's a command. It's about it. I tell you which target. We do not want to intercept all the targets, all the subscribers. We only intercept the special guys, the bad guys. So maybe in our regulation, usually the person needs some of the core order. The core order say, hey, you got the right to intercept someone, and you may have 1 month. If 1 month pass, you should reapply another core order to continue the interception. Otherwise, the interception is just dropped. So this is in Taiwan's case. So you don't worry about they will intercept all the code. It's impossible because how come they can save so much data? It's impossible. Yeah. So what they can do is to intercept some specific target. So, yeah.
Specific target.
Yeah, specific target. For example, if I'm the bad guy, maybe just provision my number on the switch, and then when I make a call, I will be intercepted. You understand? So not for everyone. And then another case is that for example, now some will talk about just like we talk about a Snowden case. Yeah, I think it's possible to intercept all CDR, but not possible to intercept all cores because you don't have so much storage. So it's technically infeasible. Okay, this is some parameter in the IRA because I just give you some for your reference. There were some LI related identities. As we call it LI ID. What is LI ID? In the ETSI standard, each target will give it a unique target. Unique ID is just a lawful interception ID. So when I make a call, I can identify the call by the lawful interception ID. This is very important. If you want to follow the ETSI, you must have the LIID. If you follow states, America's standard clear, they have the similar one. But they do not call LIID, they call the case ID. But the idea is the same. But USA, since we have the number, why we just use that number? Why not you use the LIID? So think about one thing. The guy might be intercepted by several investigators. For example, it's too bad. So
Very bad.
You are interested in him, and I am interested in him, and so many people. So, for example, one phone number, three investigators want to intercept them, so they will have different LID, because it only about the duration. For example, you start first and later, so their ID also corresponded to some validate. So this is why we should use the ID, not only for the phone number. so that you can manage many complicated local interception process. And then of course the timestamp and the direction that means who call who. Oh, party A call B, or party A receive the call from B, and the intercept call state and the address, calling party, call party, forward to party, something like this. And then is this is the target type. When we say E164 number, it means it's just in telecom. When we say the phone number is followed E164 format, it means it can be connected to the international PSTN network, so that you can make a call to every country, and everyone can make a call to you. So I give you a counter case so that you can understand. I think everyone have experience to use the Skype. Skype, they do not use the phone number, they use their Skype ID, right? The Skype, so yeah, the Skype ID, actually they have their proprietary, their own private VoIP network. So Skype ID, of course, is not the E164 format number. So when we say your number is follow E164, it means the number can be called to everyone in this way. Yeah. And then you could, the type can be the tail URI. Tail URI is for the VoIP. Tail URI, SIP URI is for the VoIP. Or IMSI, IMI, and MSDN. Okay. MSDN means the mobile phone number for our. It's just a phone number, but focus. But it only refers to your phone, not for the fixed line phone, for the mobile phone. So we will say MSDN. And then the IMI is for the device, the unique ID for the device. So every phone have its IMI. Yeah. IMI. Yeah. And the IMSI is in your SIM card. So usually when you, for example, when I monitor some target by his phone number, and then I will get his IMI and IMI in the same time. Yeah. So if the guy is very bad and very smart, they may try to change his phone number. So but since you have their IMI, maybe the iPhone is too expensive, they don't want to change the iPhone. Okay, you use the IMI to do the monitoring. Okay, you got it. Yeah. Okay, the ringing tone, duration, the supplementary service information, location information, something like this. It's just about the metadata of the call. Yeah, so this is just IRI. Okay, let's talk about the VoIP telephony. Yeah. Again, forget the interception first. So you can see the diagram is a little bit different from the TDM one. Okay. You can see the TDM one is the blue one and the red one have the same route, right? Have the same route. But if you see the VoIP, they have different routes. Okay, this is why VoIP is more efficiency. Because SIP service help us to initiate the call. And then the RTP itself will find the best route to save the traffic and maybe the shortest path. It just leverages the advantage of the internet, the IP network. So in this case, it implies that when we say SIP server is just the VoIP server. So maybe you would heard about a source switch or IMS, IT multimedia subsystem. It's just some SIP server. And then another key point is about the station SBC station border controller. Station border controller usually they have two functions. One is this is nothing about interception. It's about VoIP telephony right now. Station border controller, its major function is that to help the VoIP to traverse the NAT firewall, because we know that usually we will behind some firewall or some router, so that you cannot reach another guy directly by his IP address, because we cannot see their IP address. Yeah, for example, you are in the office maybe have only 1 or 2 public IP address outside. So in that case, how come you can make a call to the people inside the office? So anyway, SBC is to stop this issue. So you can say, like no matter Skype or no matter some the line, they must have some similar function to like the SBC functions, the station border controller. It helps the people to cross the firewall to touch the real party. Otherwise, you cannot make a call to here, because usually, for example, this is my home, this is my party's home, another party's home. If I want to make a call, this one, you cannot cross the firewall to touch them. It's not possible. But if you have SBC, its mechanism will help you to stop this. But another function for SBC is for the security issue. So usually SBC can hide the detailed network in the structure, so that the VoIP party can only touch SBC. They cannot know everything behind SBC. So when we understand this, okay. So now we go to the lawful interception. You can see, because the red line and the blue line must pass SBC, right? SIP only red line. Okay. So it implies SBC is the best point for lawful interception, because they have both. Yeah. This picture implies this. Yeah. Usually, VoIP system maybe the leading brand is the Acme packet station border controller.
For SBC.
Yeah. For SBC, Acme packet.
About Welltech.
Sorry.
Welltech.
What?
Is that gateway the SBC?
Oh no.
That's the gateway.
It's not it's not a SIP gateway. It's before. Okay, I may prepare some material for you to explain that. But actually, SBC does not handle the signaling. It just help the signaling cross the firewall and touch another one. Yeah. Okay. So let me talk about how to do VoIP telephony interception. I think you are such a smart guy, and you can guess. Yes, from SBC, we set up the mediation device for that SBC. So if the SBC has so-called internal interception function, again, the MD can get the data from the SBC and then deliver to LEA. Okay, so maybe you will have some question. How come the station border controller SBC does not have AI function. I mean, they just, hey, we just a normal SBC. We do not have an AI function. So if that's the truth, we still can do that. We still can do that. But in that, if we, okay, in this case, I mean, when the SBC have no lawful interception function, it means you cannot send him a phone number and then ask the SBC to filter the data for that number. If you can do that, because the SBC does not want to support that. Okay, what you can do is, it just try to tap all the traffic. While tapping, so all the traffic for the SBC. And then you should filter the data by yourself. Filter yourself. We call it a passive interception. Passive interception. And then, so go back to the TDM telephone. You will ask, why I only talk about the passive interception in VoIP telephony one? Why I never mentioned about to do passive interception in TDM network? Because the key issue is about the cost. If you want to do the passive interception in traditional TDM telephony, it's too expensive. So few people do that. So when we talk about TDM telephony, usually we will rely on the switch vendors for AI modules. They can have some modules so that you can tell him the phone number and then he just filter the data from that number. But in the VoIP, because it's based on the IP technology, so it's possible for us to retain all the data here, and then we should analyze all the data. But how to analyze it? Again, since we make call, it's simple message first, and then the RTB later. So when we filter, it's like a real-time filtering. So we will check every SIP message, and then when you found some SIP message is generated for the target, then you can know how to intercept its RTB3. This is the best idea for the VoIP passive interception. Okay. But of course, it will be much more difficult if you use the SBC lawful interception function. Your life will be easier. But however, it only, you should care about one thing is still about the cost, because some AI module needs license fee. So you should do your
So
comparison.
how do we know that if the SBC has internal interception function? Or
Okay, you can just use the operator. But for example, some brand, some major leading brand, they must have the lawful interception function, but the operator may not buy the license to enable that functions. So that's the problem. They because it's just money. It's a money issue. They say, hey, I don't want to buy something I don't like. I don't want to use that. I never use that. Why should I buy that? Okay, so when you talk to our operator, so what you should know the major vendor and the model of the SBC if you do the VoIP. Okay, and then you should ask, okay, if that's the active packet, I will say no problem. They will have the lawful interception function, but you should ask the operator again. So do you buy the license to enable that features? Okay, if they buy, that's easy. If they don't buy,
let them buy.
okay. Okay, so then we were two ways to do that. One is now we just use the passive interception. The other way, I mean, it's just about, in Taiwan, but in each country is different. It's about the compensation for setting up the lawful interception features in the operator. In Taiwan, we have the 100% compensation. 100%. So government will pay. So the operator, they don't care about that. I said, okay, I can buy. Yeah, because the government pay. So if the but in states there's a different story. In states, they will say if the operator want to run the business, telecommunication business in America, that's your cost. You should buy that by yourself. The government will not give you any compensation for the mediation device. It's just your case. Okay, but it's different. But I also heard some countries 50%. Yeah, so the government, okay, the 100, okay, I give you 50. So this is something tricky thing. So it's about so it means if the license is very expensive, you should consider using passive. But if there is no license fee, of course passive active use AI module is much more better. Why should I to use the passive? Passive needs more hardware, needs more software. Yeah, but you should know it's about the number issue. Which one is better, or which one is much more expensive? You should calculate the number by yourself and then make a decision. So it doesn't. I never imply active is better or passive is better. It just depends on your cost. Yeah. Okay, this is for your reference. This I cut a picture from the ETSI document. Sorry. Okay. I would like to talk about the target identity of the VoIP interception. For the VoIP, we have two major control protocol. One is SIP, and another one is H.323. But now, I think in most countries and in most operators, we adopt SIP, station initiated protocol, and the H.323 is it might be phased out. So now we can focus on the SIP. So in SIP, the target identification. This means it's not of course the identification is not only for the target. It's just for all the subscribers. Every subscriber, they should have their tail URI or SIP URI or a E.164 number. And the SIP URI is just like it can be like very like an email. For example, like Tony. It's something like maybe operator. Something like this. This just can be a SIP URI, but it still can be something like this. It just uses a number. And this number can just follow E.164. So that's the VoIP system can interoperate to other service provider. No matter it's VoIP or traditional TDM operator. But actually, the according to today's VoIP technology, usually you may not know you are using the VoIP because in your terminal you might use the traditional phone, but the network is OIP. Yeah. Okay, this is a reference model for the internet as a service. Sorry. Okay. this diagram is nothing about interception. It's just to let us how to know how to do the internet access service. Okay. This IAP means Internet Access Provider Network. This is the terminology from ETSI, Internet Access Provider. So usually we call ISP, Internet Service Provider, but they have Internet Access because they want to be very specific terminology for that Internet Access Provider Network. So when we say Internet Access Provider Network, it usually referred to we call it a core network. And they will have a corresponding access network. In this diagram, it means the core network might be the same, but they can have several different kinds of access network to connect to one core network. So we see the traditional one. This is used. This is